Hey everybody, welcome back. Today for our pelvic floor video, we are going to get back to strength a little bit, and I'm gonna link together some of the exercises that we did before so you can take a series of a few things together and bring them wherever you go to work on your pelvic floor strength. I'm gonna talk through some of the things that are happening so that hopefully you can take away a little bit more from this and turn some of these exercises into a Kegel exercise. You might notice that Kegel exercises have been missing from my pelvic floor videos, and that has been intentional. Kegel exercises are really helpful and they can do amazing things, but most people aren't doing them correctly. When I assess people in the office and I ask them to do a Kegel or to contract their pelvic floor, almost nobody does it correctly. They're using their glutes or their thighs because they don't know how to isolate the pelvic floor. So now you have done my pelvic floor breathing exercises and you've gone through the first kind of series of pelvic floor strength, and you are starting to really feel those muscles move when you do these exercises. So as I talk you through this little series, you're gonna start to feel what it really means to Kegel. So let's start by lying on our backs on the floor. So I'm just coming down onto my back. And take just a couple of relaxed breaths. Once you're there, and you feel a little more relaxed, go ahead and contract your transverse abdominis muscle. Now when you contract your transverse abdominis, you probably feel a little bit of a lift down here. You can relax that now. Now we're going to contract the transverse abdominis and do our pelvic tilt. And I want you to pay really close attention, making sure that you're not lifting your back up off the floor. And I want you to focus on what is happening in your pelvic floor as you tilt your pelvis. So let's try that together. So we'll do our transverse abdominis contraction, and then we're going to tilt our pelvic floor. What? Can you feel that lift? That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now relax. So essentially what you have just done is a Kegel. So when you pull in the transverse abdominis and you just do that slight tilt where you're not engaging your glutes at all, you're really just tilting the pelvis, you're lifting up in your pelvic floor. And you're gonna relax. So now I want you to do that, do the tilt, and hold it until you feel like you're starting to feel your glutes engage, okay? Once you start to feel your glutes engage, I want you to relax. So let's do that. Contract the transverse abdominis, tilt the pelvis, and hold. If you haven't felt your glutes engage yet, that means that you're getting so strong and you can just let it all relax and tilt down. So that's the start. Next, let's flip over onto our hands and knees. So you may just want to come over onto your side and push yourself up. And let's get to all fours. So we want to have knees below hips, wrists below shoulders, and a little tent in the fingers. Nice flat back, but pushing up into your shoulders so that you're not kind of sitting down into them like that. That's gonna make your wrists scream. So, hands and knees. We're gonna do a cat-cow. So for the cat, you are going to contract your transverse abdominis and tilt your pelvis down, and you'll feel a lift in your pelvic floor as you come all the way up. So next you're gonna inhale, and you're gonna let it all relax. And shoot your tailbone up towards the ceiling so you have a little bit of an arch in your back, just a little one. But you should feel that pelvic floor completely relaxed. Stay up in your shoulders so that you're not letting it all hang out. And let's do that a couple more times together. And you can do this as many times as you want on your own, but just, you know, for this sake of this video, we're gonna exhale, contracting our transverse abdominis and tilting our pelvis until we get to that nice cat, and you feel that lift in your pelvic floor. Inhale, let it all go. So this is kind of a combination of that breathing exercise and the pelvic tilt, just in a different position. So let's exhale. And let's inhale. Perfect. Now, once you're done, and you've done that as many times as you want to, come back to your neutral position. You want to put your feet together, knees out, and shoot your tailbone towards the back of your mat, okay? So see how my back is pretty flat? I should have been wearing maybe something a little more form-fitting, but there. See, I have a nice flat back here. And you're just gonna walk your arms out as far as you can, and then tuck your head to the floor. I'm just gonna turn my face so that you can hear me talk to you, since I don't have a lavalier mic on. You are gonna rest like this, with your head on the floor, and you're gonna do that for 30 to 60 seconds. I want you to feel this stretch, you know, certainly in your arms and shoulders, but I really want you to feel something in your inner thighs here, and a little bit in your glutes and hips, and even in your lower back. So when you have your head tilted down like this, probably feel a little bit in your lower back. And I just want you to relax there for 30 to 60 seconds to kind of open up everything and make it really comfy, and to release your muscles from the exercises that you've just done. So that is a really brief series that you can do anywhere for pelvic floor strength. The one thing I love about that pelvic tilt is that you are learning how to do a Kegel when you do that. So go back and look at the transverse abdominis contraction video. I'll put a card up here, and then the pelvic tilt instructional video, another card up there, and that is the guide to this series. Then once you feel like you've got those, you're gonna feel that lift in the pelvic floor, and you're doing Kegels. That's a Kegel. It typically is different than what people think it is. If you're not sure if you're doing it correctly, just use your finger, you know, in the privacy of your own bedroom. And can you feel a contraction around your finger when you do those? If you can, you're golden. Maybe you have your partner help you by being the arbiter of the squeeze. You see what you need to do, but you now have the tools to really do Kegels. Hopefully putting this little series together was really helpful for you and kind of connects in your brain the things that we've been doing all along. I love putting this together with some foam rolling at the end of a workout to just make sure that I'm really connecting to my pelvic floor. Hopefully you will too. If you thought this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you thought this was useful or not useful to you. I definitely want to hear if you didn't think it was useful. If you have any particular concerns that you would like me to address, also leave me a comment. I will make a video about it. I'm always looking to help people connect to their pelvic floors. Culturally, we are not encouraged to connect to our pelvic floors, and so it takes physical practice as well as a kind of mental hurdling to get over something that we didn't even realize that we had been taught. So do tune in on a weekly basis. On Wednesdays, I vlog about women's health and wellness topics, and on Saturdays, I put up a new pelvic floor wellness video. All my videos go live at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Instagram at sharkinfestedh2o. You can also visit my website, sharkinfestedh2o.com, to read my musings about women's health and urban mommery. So have a great day, everybody. See you next week.